A child is born in North Korea, but the moment the innocent child is born, he is declared a traitor. North Korea is known for its extremely strict laws, and some of these laws are so unbelievable that they are hard to accept. For example, elections take place, but there is no option to choose from. The vote can be given to only one person, and if you don't vote, you go straight to jail. There is only one TV channel, and even tuning channels is not an option. North Korea is perhaps the only country in the world where you can be sent to jail, not for committing a crime, but even for thinking about one. Welcome once again to Think and Grow with Hamden Videos. Viewers, until 1945, Japan ruled the entire Korean peninsula for 35 years. But after World War II, Korea was divided into two parts, North Korea and South Korea. North Korea fell under Soviet influence while South Korea came under American influence. In 1948, Kim Il-sung of the Kim dynasty was made the leader, and North Korea became the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. But here, democracy never actually existed. In 1950, a war broke out between North and South Korea, which is known as the Korean War. But even after the war ended, no peace treaty was ever signed. That is why both countries are still technically at war. To maintain power in North Korea, only one family has ruled until today. First Kim Il-sung, then Kim Jong-il, and now Kim Il-sung is a grandson, Kim Jong. Every ruler has used extremely strict laws to protect their throne. Laws are imposed through fear and punishment to suppress people, so that they don't get influenced by South Korean or Western culture and turn against the regime. Today, we will talk about some of these strange and bizarre rules. So, let's begin. In 2024, North Korea introduced new rules, banning sunglasses and wedding dresses altogether. In metro stations or other public areas, you will never hear music. Instead, speeches from members of the Kim family are broadcast continuously, and during these announcements, people must remain completely silent. If anyone is caught watching South Korean dramas or Hollywood films, they can be sent to harsh labor camps or severely punished. These strict measures are designed to block ideological contamination and prevent outside cultures from influencing the public. Ordinary citizens do not have access to the real global internet. They are restricted to a government-controlled intranet that functions only within North Korea. Even this network is heavily monitored. What people read, watch, and say online is constantly tracked. This allows the government to filter all information and prevent exposure to the outside world. Making an international phone call without official permission is a serious offense, meaning you cannot freely communicate with anyone abroad. Television, radio, and newspapers are entirely state. Private media simply does not exist. Government outlets publish only propaganda that praises the leadership, glorifies the Kim dynasty, and portrays foreign powers, especially the United States, as enemies. From early childhood, citizens are taught to distrust and dislike America and its allies. The state even regulates personal appearance. Only state-approved hairstyles are allowed. Anything that reflects foreign culture, such as jeans, dyed hair, or fashionable clothing, is banned. People caught violating these rules can have their belongings seized and face punishment. Even certain foods like hot dogs, linked to American culture, or South Korean dishes like tteokbokki and budae-jjigae, are prohibited. Travel within the country requires a special permit. Moving from one city to another without permission is illegal. Passports are available only to high-ranking officials or those close to Kim Jong. Ordinary people cannot dream of leaving the country. All property, homes, land, businesses, and shops belongs to the state. Citizens can only use them if the government allows it. Religious practice is not permitted. Although there are a few churches, they exist only to impress visitors. Anyone who genuinely practices a faith risks being imprisoned in labor camps. Speaking against the government or criticizing the Kim family leads to punishment not only for the individual but for their entire bloodline. This three-generation punishment means that even future children and grandchildren can be labeled as traitors. The purpose is to ensure that opposition to the regime never resurfaces. Government informants operate in every neighborhood, building, and complex. The most frightening aspect is that people can be punished not only for actions but even for suspected thoughts. If someone expresses or is believed to express anti-government sentiments, they can face severe consequences. Throughout their lives, citizens must attend weekly self-criticism meetings. During these sessions, Individuals confess supposed mistakes, such as not praising Kim Jong-un enough or showing interest in foreign culture. After admitting faults, others criticize them in front of the group. Voting is compulsory, but elections are merely symbolic. There is only one candidate chosen by the government. Anyone who refuses to vote is branded a traitor. Elections serve as demonstrations of loyalty rather than opportunities to choose leaders. The government views unanimous support as proof of national unity. There is a national assembly known as the Supreme People's Assembly, but it exists only to approve Kim Jong-un's decisions. Citizens must memorize the 10 principles for the establishment of the one ideology system, each one centered around Kim Il-sung. Hesitating while reciting them is considered suspicious. Every TV in the country is locked to state channels like Korean Central Television. Changing channels is impossible, and foreign broadcasts are illegal. Imported TVs have their foreign tuning systems disabled. Even bicycles must be registered, carry a number plate, and require a license to ride. Clothing with foreign brands, logos, or flags is banned to prevent cultural influence. Tourists face strict limitations as well. They must stay with government-assigned guides at all times and may visit only approved locations. Speaking to locals freely or taking photos without permission is not allowed. Interviewing residents requires approval. Mobile phones and computers exist, but all storage devices, USBs, SD cards, and phone memories are routinely checked. Possessing foreign media can result in punishment. North Korea also has a rigid caste-like system known as Songbun. A person's social status is determined at birth based on family history. The 3 main classes are core, wavering, and hostile. The core class consists of families with strong revolutionary backgrounds and loyalty to Kim Il-sung. They receive high-level positions and can live in Pyongyang. The wavering class represents ordinary citizens with neutral family histories. The hostile class includes those whose ancestors practiced religion or had ties to South Korea. They are given low labor-intensive jobs. Resources like electricity, water, and gas are rationed, and their use is monitored. From age 17, all citizens, both men and women, must complete 10 years of mandatory military service. Crying during the death anniversaries of Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il is compulsory. Failure to show emotion can raise suspicion. Every home must display portraits of Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il, which must be cleaned regularly. In schools, children memorize the leaders' speeches. North Korea is so isolated that it even uses a different calendar, the Jukki calendar. It begins in 1912, the birth year of Kim Il-sung. Thus, in 2025, North Korea counts the year as Jukki 113. The country remains closed off for several reasons. The regime fears that exposure to the outside world would inspire rebellion, so it restricts media, travel, and communication. Additionally, heavy international sanctions placed on North Korea due to its nuclear program have deepened its isolation. Many of these rules may have changed or become even stricter, but there is little reliable, updated information. Most details come from defectors, satellite observations, and footage secretly smuggled out of the country through China. We hope you enjoyed this Think and Grow with Hamdan video. Thank you for your continued support and kind comments.